Everyone, thanks for joining. I have Coach Ryan Goodson here. Coach, uh, OG in the game, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Excited to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. Man, would you mind diving into I think you're about 10, 11 years now in this niche. Can you explain how you got started and why you got started, what that was like?
A little bit last night and preparing for today's show. Started out as a player and had dreams of playing at the professional level. Um, when I was a high school, my ACL over my college career, tore it 3 times before I graduated as a trainer several years. So injuries kind of steered me in the direction of training. And early on, I made a transition from playing Appalachian State University. So I went from at the college level to now I'm watching rebounded shots and carrying bag will experience at me in the malady of coaching uh, at a young age.
Nice. So, I mean, did you have anybody around that time that you learned from, or you just learning kind of viscerally, doing your thing and making adjustments?
Yeah, absolutely. I had several mentors, and I think that's a big thing. In the Bible, it talks about how iron sharpens iron. So um, I learned this in a book about John. Have four godly people in his life, men that were doing exactly what he wanted to be doing 10, 15, 20 years from now. And he had those mentors in his life to kind of be, guide rails and keep him on the right course. So I really took that to heart at a young age. One of our coaches on staff, Matt McMahon, and now the head coach at Murray State, he was an invaluable resource for me learning the skill development world. Another huge one was Gannon Baker. I went to Gannon's first ever coaching certification class. He really made an impact on me. Uh, we still connect and are good friends. That class, we had like 50 coaches, and I was a real bunch, and I really wanted so good. But there was that wanted to work with Gannon, wanted to do what he was doing, wanted to make an impact, and and I just felt like I was just one of But on the last day of the event, he kind of called me out. He brought me to the middle before we started our practice and coaching session. He was like, Ryan, God's will teach this game. It's in your blood. It's in your DNA. You got it. You can be every bit as good as me. If you want to work for me, you can't because you're going to make me better. And and I tell people about how Gannon was such a great leader conversation. He made me want to work harder. He made me want to be better. I had more confidence in my and that really spurred. I mean, just that one quick conversation going to that class really jump started for me. Kind of my basketball training career. Another guy that's been a great made a great impact on me, especially training career, was Stephen Curry. Um, you know, it's always great when with a guy played in my was it David's Christian, a believer. We connected on that. One of my teammates at App State played high school basketball with Steph, and we built a relationship. And from that, he had me running some of his major camps where he brought in some of the top players from across the country. Super beneficial. I could mention other people to a song yesterday, and one of the lines, the beginning of the song, really made me think back about some things. And it was, I remember dreaming about the things I'm doing right now. And for me, this year has really been that. I've been calling games for ESPN3. I've been on network TV in an episode with uh, different countries training. And I thought about it with my peers at the time, um, when I first my training business, and like back in 2009, I remember sitting on with Drew Hanlon when he first started Pure Sweat basketball, and he was 18 years old, and I remember sitting on that couch, collaborating with him early on when he was a freshman in college, and I remember him dreaming about the things he's doing right now. And I can remember, 3, 4 years ago, doing an online product with Jordan Lawley when he was first, starting to blow up, and him talking about the things, and, dreaming about the stuff he's doing right now. I can remember 8, 9 years ago, Damon Altizer and I having lunch. And he's killing it now. So for trainers and coaches that are listening that want to get into the skill development world, I'm just hoping today can be, my story can be a testament, that hard work and faith in God can carry you a long way in this industry. And that, myself, Drew Handlin, Gannon Baker, Damon Altizer, Jordan Lawley, all these guys all started out as beginners, all started out with big dreams and big goals, and now they're all doing it. I mean, and that's encouraging to me to see my friends and my peers, doing great things.
For sure. So, I mean, that's encouraging. All those guys I had a chance to speak to, which I'm happy about. Not on the level that you've spoken to them, but my next question for you is, what were some
Mm-hmm.
of those challenging times? Of course, you have these guys who are helping you out. You're going through everything together, but what were some of the challenges that you went through early on?
There's so many. Adversity comes a lot as a skill trainer. There's business obstacles. There's just the day in day out grind on your body. Some things that have kind of hit me hard were tearing my ACL in 2012 when I was growing my audience on YouTube, growing my network with my camps, going places, and like uh, trying to figure out how to navigate. Like, because for me, my biggest asset has always been demonstrating. So, um, from a basketball standpoint, how to be a better teacher, because I had to explain now how to do things instead of just showing them. That was an obstacle. You know, I think too, figuring out a good business model, training changes over the course of the year, trying to find other revenue streams has been a challenge because you can't just rely on one thing. Injuries can happen uh, in season, out of season. Just finding a model that worked for me, and luckily I've been able to, kind of piece that together over the years and a number of different things.
So, and I won't talk about the remedies for those yet, but on our phone call, you talked about how to go over or how to get past certain seasons. So, for now, I mean, would you mind sharing a couple of things that you see trainers doing wrong during these winter months when high school athletes are going back in season, and some things you think they are doing right when it comes to this season of the year, this time of the year?
Sure. And you broke up a little bit there. That one more time, please.
Yeah, and I'm gonna pause it because it is breaking up a lot, and I'm not sure if I have any good spots. I'm not sure if it's
Yeah.
my Wi-Fi or if this little update I just got for my iTunes, but I do want to,
Yeah.
and hate to do this, I do want to try to refresh this before we go too deeply into it.
Yeah. If we need to do it, do that open again, I'm good. If you think
You,
it was a little choppy.
yeah, it was, man. You sure you're fine with that? I can get a new link
Yeah.
and I can send it right to you.